right, welcome everybody to Curse of Strahd, session 18. Today's session is titled Two Roads Diverged, really because after last session, the party is at a bit of a crossroads on where to go next. So, if you guys recall, last session we had a pretty interesting time at what was called Van Richten's Tower, a tower located in the western part of Barovia, kind of through the woods northwest of Valaki. It's a place that Van Richten had told you to go, that he'd meet you at. And after some interactions with the local Vistani tribe and saving a little girl, you guys found yourselves at this tower. And when you got to the tower, you were surprised to see that outside was a Vardo, a Vistani Vardo, a very elegant one that actually had the magical ability to summon sort of astral horses. And you saw there was a configuration on the front door that you figured out. It was a move. You move in a certain configuration and unlocks the door. And you were able to enter a tower. And in this tower, you met Esmeralda D'Avenir, famous, hunter of the supernatural, partner of Rudolph Van Richten, a younger Vistani woman. And she was very injured, and she told you that she had basically used a teleportation circle in the basement of the tower to go to Castle Ravenloft, and she attempted to kill him herself. She said he was bringing in a young woman who was sort of enthralled by him, and she attacked him, but was very quickly overrun by him and barely managed to escape with her life. She got back through the teleportation circle and then immediately smashed it so she couldn't be followed. And that's when you guys found her, it was just like a couple hours after that. And she told you that, she didn't know how long we had, that he would obviously know where she went to because of the circle she used. But she needed a little bit of time, and you guys took that time to explore. And when you were exploring the tower, you got to the top and looked out and saw this guy coming through the woods with an army of zombies. She called him the Count's Hound, and he was some sort of revenant undead type, very powerful. And we had a heck of a battle outside the tower, which you guys did a lot of cool stuff. It's a great video. Go back and watch, by the way, if you haven't done it. It's just entertaining as hell watching you guys deal with these zombies and the Hound. But you ended up winning with not a lot of hit points left at the end, but you won. And after you won, oh yeah, these were the zombies. After you won, excuse me, went a little too far. Dr. Rudolph Van Richten actually showed up, and him and Esmeralda had a kind of an awkward moment. And he told all of you that Strahd would be at the tower really any moment, that you really didn't have much time, but that the next step, in order for all of you to have any chance at all of stopping Strahd, was you had to get allies and you had to finish finding the items that Madame Eva prophesied to you. He recommended two allies that would be vital in the fight. He said that there was the abbot, who was the leader of St. Markovia's Abbey, which is in Kresh, one of the last places that's holy ground in Barovia. And then he said the Keepers of the Feather, which is a group of were-ravens which are trying to free the land of the Curse of Strahd. He told you that they were located at the Wizards of Wine Winery, and that the patriarch of that family, Erwin, is the leader of the Keepers, and that they needed help. He didn't know exactly what was going on. He just knew through his contacts they needed help and would not be able to help you all until maybe they got helped. And then he was going to set out to the northern Svalich woods and look for what you guess to be the Mad Mage that everyone tells stories about, the mage that came to Barovia a year before and actually confronted Strahd directly, but was defeated by Strahd, and maybe now is wandering the woods in some form of madness. And so he's going to set out to find this guy. And Esmeralda said, "You're not going anywhere without me." And you started to part ways. He said, contact me through the Keepers of the Feather when you're ready to get in touch with me. But as you parted ways, Dr. Crawford, you had kind of a final moment with him, and I'm kind of wondering if you can unpack what that moment was and why Dr. Crawford did that.
Yeah. So ever since Professor Van Richten revealed himself to kind of save our bacon from Strahd in the chapel in Milwaukee, I've been kind of worried about what would happen if he actually died, because he hasn't become the guy that Disdain and Dr. Crawford knew from outside of Barovia that impacted our lives so heavily. So if he dies, does that mean we cease to exist? Do we change? Like, there's too many different variables here to where I would be scared of what happens. So uh, Dr. Crawford, being the lawful alignment guy, um, figured it would probably be best to just avoid that circumstance in the first place. And he decided to extend an offer of friendship to Professor Van Richten, who, according to Nico, is under some sort of curse to where his friends keep dying before he does. So I'm thinking that if I am subjected to that curse, in theory, he shouldn't be able to die until after I do. So as long as I keep myself alive, he's I don't know, invulnerable, is that the right word? Super lucky? I don't know. Considering that Count Strahd is probably going to be hunting him right now, he could use all the help he could get, I think. So um yeah, that's basically why I did what I did. He
That's
seemed to
awesome.
accept. So
He did, and I didn't 100% realize that was your full thinking, and I'm not going to, of course, comment if you're right, wrong, or anything like that. I do just want to give you an inspiration, though, because I think that's a brilliant line of thinking, and I love that you. Because it really, when I re-listened or rewatched it, I was like, "Wow, that's a really cool moment," but I feel like I'm missing some of what's going on in Dr. Carver's head. So for you to unpack it right there,
I
it really
appreciate the gesture,
helped it.
Rocky, but I'm already inspiration capped.
Oh shit! Well, tell you what, let's make it a party inspiration. So,
Okay, there we go. Give it to one of these
some
guys. Yeah.
yeah. Well, it just means that when one of y'all need one and you're all out, you can take it from the party bank. So, okay. So with that said, after that, he told you that he didn't know exactly where to tell you to go. He said either one of those paths to the Abbey or the Were Ravens. We need both of them if possible, but go whichever way you feel like you need to. But for the night, he told you one of the safe caves that he has prepared in the region, how to get to it, showed you on your map. And sure enough, as the sky started to darken and the storm started to roll in, a very ominous storm, you found yourselves in this cave. And you ended up getting to that cave right at the end of the session. And Weezen, you had asked me if you guys get a long rest, and the answer to that is yes, you do indeed get a long rest. Um,
Yes.
so let's talk about the night in the cave, though. Like, what? Why don't we role play out what everybody's feeling and thinking after all of that?
Well, the first thing I think Crawford would do is check to make sure there's not some freaking hole into the Underdark that we're gonna have troglodytes spilling out of to attack us in our sleep. So, is the
Sure.
cave secure?
Yeah. Why don't you give me an investigation
Okay.
and just have to beat like a 13.
26.
Oh yeah. No, the cave is actually thoroughly secure. It probably at some point was a wolf cave or a bear cave, but it's certainly not been. There's nothing secret to the back of the cave as far as you can tell.
Okay.
With a 26, I will give you a little something juicy though. You can tell this cave it was occupied very recently by a single person. You can also tell this cave was occupied long ago by a single person. And you want to give me an insight on that?
I
Try to
would
beat a
imagine it's
try
probably
to
the
beat.
professor, but I will do the roll anyway. Insight, you said? That's
Yeah.
5. Not 20.
Yeah,
Holy sh.
yeah. You actually notice even the placement of the bed, and then you go and start looking, and you see there are old runes that have maybe been worn out over the years, but they're similar to the runes that are fresh. And you kind of put it together that, oh yeah, when he was here all those years before, this was probably one of his little safe areas that he had
Mhm.
created within the confines of Barovia. And it kind of makes you wonder with that Nat 20, like how many other little places like that pocketed around Barovia does Dr. Or does Professor Van Richten have? Because quite frankly, it's been a mystery to you how he, with Strahd being out for him so much, how has he been able to elude him and his spies and sort of move through the land? And this would help explain that.
All right.
So, uh, cool. So yeah, you find that you don't see any portal to the Underdark or anything like that. So
That's a relief. That's one less thing to worry about. Okay, gentlemen, should we make camp and start getting ready to rest while we discuss our plans for the foreseeable future?
Absolutely.
Do it. I think
So
we're tired.
it's probably going to be. If I remember correctly, we ended last time. It was raining and awful outside. We should probably get a fire going just so that there's some sort of heat in the cave. We don't get frozen and sick. So is that going to be a survival check with what we've got? Or
it would be a survival check, and I assume you're trying to do this in a way where the flames wouldn't be overly visible.
yeah, we're just trying to get some heat. That's basically it.
Okay, try to beat a 17 just because of the way the cave is shaped.
Nico, you have survival, right? Would you be willing to assist me on this?
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
also
I've got a +3, so I've got it.
Okay, all right. So here's the first roll, and then here is the second roll. Second roll, of course, didn't go through. That's the one thing I don't like about this system is that it keeps eating my duplicate rolls. So that if I'm assisted, that's the advantage, and it was an advantage +1, or is that for every extra assist?
So you would just add an additional 1 to whatever your modifier is.
So that's 22 and 23, so 23.
Yeah. So yeah, no problem. You figure out a way to make a pretty small fire, but kind of like build an embankment around it so the heat reflects off and the light doesn't really get out as much. You feel pretty confident it's a fairly well hidden fire. But before you guys know it, you have a little bit of warmth going, and it's a good thing too because it's starting to get really cold outside, and the rain is really coming down. Like I described at the end of the session last time, it almost seems like the sky is angry, and it's just every once in a while there's just this low rumble and a crack of lightning, and sometimes the lightning seems really close, sometimes it's rumbling far away, but it's certainly not a peaceful night in the cave. The cave's certainly no fancy inn of any kind. It's a very rough set of accommodations.
So Disdain's gonna go and reach into his backpack and pull out the bedroll that I bought before this entire thing started and lay that down. And I have 3 rations. And thing is, we were 4 of us, and Disdain currently has a twinge of guilt for Rogar, though he does feel bad that the plan was discussed. So he's going to give his rations for the night to Rogar, and then everybody else gets theirs. And then he's just going to go without food for the night
I got tons of rations, man. I'll give you one. It's cool. So,
yeah, I've got 8 rations.
I remember back when we were leaving the village of Barovia and I bought all that stuff from Bildrith. We're good.
Yeah, Rogar's got a lot of sausages too.
You're not eating the sausages. I'm going to actually take all my. I have 18 left, and I'm going to throw them into the fire.
Now the cave smells like delicious children.
Rogar always likes to eat the babies first.
All right, so I'm eating a ration, and who else was getting one of my rations? I'll subtract 1 for both of us.
Yeah, I have a few also, but Rogar's kind of hurt. Mentally, he in his head a little bit. He's starting to not trust people in the party a little bit, just a little bit, because they blew him up. But but he's not worth. He's not gonna talk a lot, so he's gonna rest. He's got to get his strength back.
Yeah, so you guys see Rogar kind of leaning against the wall, doesn't really seem to want to talk to anybody. Disdain's handing out rations. Dr. Crawford's handing out rations. Nico, how about you?
Nico, he's really hung up on who Esmeralda really is. He knows that she's an incredibly deep person, and he's trying to figure her out. He's fixated on her for some reason. It's like he can't get her out of his head, but it's not like a lust thing. It's almost like it's just a familiar something about it that's all he sees.
Give me a what check would this be? Like a history check.
I am a College of Lore bard,
Mm-hmm.
and that I could have come across some tales at some point.
I got history too. Can I assist him, or is this a private thing that he's doing?
This would be something. This is Vistani related. So
Fair enough. Yeah.
It says I have an advantage on any check involving Barovia and its past. Family knowledge.
This wouldn't apply to that.
Okay.
You said family knowledge?
Yeah, family knowledge is the skill or whatever you gave me. It says,
Yes, this would apply. This would apply.
Okay. But it is intelligence based, and I'm not that smart. So do I just give you a roll?
Yeah.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained, man. Worst
Here we
case
go,
scenario,
man.
you don't know it.
Let's get it. Hmm.
They get advantage, so. You want to use any inspiration or move on?
Nah, man.
Yeah, so you just kind of sit
It'll
there.
come out
thinking-
in time.
Yeah, you sit there wondering about her, thinking about her, and you're like, God, I feel like there's something there, but be damned if I know what it is.
And I'm gonna eat some rations as well, and I'm just gonna not even look at Rogar because I'm kind of feeling his vibe. I'm just gonna throw a ration in his lap. Perfect toss.
Well, I don't know. We should roll for that. Let's
do it.
Sleight of
Do it.
hand or acrobatics, your choice.
Let's do it.
So if you roll
Whichever's
that one,
worst.
you're gonna
Because I'm
smack him
actually
in the
aiming at his face. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, it's definitely sleight of hand.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you just sort of, kind of fling your wrist, and it just sort of, spins and just lands perfectly on Rogar's lap while he's over there brooding. Do you
I would
anything
have
you
a
wanna-
song for you guys. But it's we gotta be quiet now. We're trying to be stealthy.
Yeah.
Rogar, you have anything to say to Nico doing that?
I'm gonna give him the stink eye. And as we rest, this is a mechanics thing.
Mhm.
It's been a minute. Do we have to roll for hit points, kind
No.
of thing?
No, the reason that D&D players look at long rest like crack is because it's full hit points, full spell slots, full ability resets. It's
Peanut
good
butter
shit.
and crack sandwich.
Short rests are the ones where you have to roll for your
Yep.
hit points, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, all right. That's where I get. Okay, cool.
Cool.
Anybody
So
else have anything? Or?
yeah.
Okay. Well done, gentlemen. I suppose after we've eaten and we've gotten a little warm and it looks like we're going to be able to sleep after this, we should probably discuss our plans for the foreseeable future. The professor gave us the options of the Abbey of St. Markovia and the Winery, the Wizard of Wines. Regardless of which option we take and what we do, I hope that we're in agreement that we need to do something to help Lady Irina, and I want to make sure we're all on the same page on that before we proceed. She went out on a limb to try to help us smooth things over with Strahd to make the land a better place when she went to Wachter House, and now that she's been taken against her will, since I saw the red handkerchief hanging from Wachter House's front window. Thank you again for that, Nico. We know that this was an actual abduction, and since she went there on our council, I feel like we have a duty to do something to help her. Are you three in agreement, or?
I am. Although, even though Strahd was bringing her in when Esmeralda did her little gambit there, we don't know for certain that Strahd is the one that made her feel in danger. Like, she could have felt in danger from Lady Wachter. trying to use her in some way against Strahd for power. So we don't know Lady Walker well enough to know that she didn't, in fact, come after Irina in some way. We just don't know. I'm just playing devil's advocate. So we assume that Strahd is the negative actor here, but Strahd,
After seeing
knowing
his
this,
behavior in the church, yeah, I would be more inclined to believe Strahd than Lady Wachter.
okay.
Rogar and I checked that house very thoroughly. She had some very obvious ties that she probably wasn't telling us about for that cult that attacked poor Disdain in the street, but I didn't think that was going to be a threat to Lady Irina. I thought that was more of a threat to us. So at the moment, I think it was Strahd. If I had to guess, one of two things happened. Either he realized that Van Richten is in Barovia and he's scared and he abducted her to head back to Castle Ravenloft and fortify up, or he's been somehow playing us this entire time and I've been drastically misreading this situation. And I don't know which one it is yet. Either way, Lady Irina is the one who's suffering though because of it.
But yeah, I am in agreement with you that we've got to get to the bottom of where Irina is and prevent her from getting killed or something bad happened to her.
Agreed.
My next question:
if the blood moon happens and nobody interferes, out of character, I forget if it was Madame Eva or Professor Richten, but one of those two said that she is going to die. Every time he tries to claim her or marry her, she just dies. So she doesn't deserve that. And she's in this predicament partially because of us. So at this point, if we're all in agreement, then the only question is how do we go about rescuing her and which allies do we gather to make that more feasible?
Go to the Wizard of Wines first and help them out with whatever's going on there. We could have the benefit of the Raven folk to help us carry messages or coordinate things with Van Richten and let him know our progress. But if we go to the Abbey, he could have some very powerful actual weapons that we could use in a fight against someone of Strahd's stature. So both of those are very good choices. So I know last session we were kind of leaning towards the Wizard of Wines and checking out that, but tonight I'm kind of leaning towards going to the Abbey. Was it Saint Markovia? Saint Markovia. Yeah, Saint Markovia. I kind of want to check that out first because we tarried a little bit too long the last time we came across a holy man, and I'm just afraid more of the same is going to happen. Like, what if there's an issue with this other place that's similar to what happened in I'm sorry, I'm slipping on names tonight. The town we just got from. Vallaki. Yeah, Vallaki. Yeah.
Disdain, what do you think?
I agree with that, and I also that falls into the prophecy that I had gotten. I have the one I'm pretty sure it would be. The amulet is with a holy man, right? But his holiness is not what it seems. Is my prophecy, right? I think that is a good move. Though we've been hearing about the Wizard of Wines for a long time, and my concern is not being able to do both, which if we risk the holy, but we could get a lot of allies across Barovia by giving them booze again. Like it's not just the Ravens, right? It's we've heard this complaint from every city we've been through people that are around. Like it's a common thing. I think this could possibly be a little bit more lenient, and I'm kind of worried about that. I have her name here. Eliza. Mind you, she's probably with those witches, but we could get her for more information. That's just where Disdain's sitting currently because of those connections. And maybe we can make more pretzels.
Sir Rogar, what do you think?
I think we go to the wine place first, mainly because the fast travel, they can get around. They can actually check pass for us ahead of our travel, so we don't get jumped. And there's a lot of benefit to having people that can fly in our group. We can get messages across places. There's a lot of different things we can do with them. So my suggestion is to go there.
Okay.
I'm inclined to recommend the winery. specifically because for two reasons. One, the brides are still after us. I still believe that Strahd wanted us to fight them in the Blue Water Inn, but ever since we revealed that we're working with Professor Van Richten, I expect that he now honestly does want them to kill us. And we need to have a way to be able to defeat them. And as long as they can keep disappearing in a puff of mist to wherever their hiding place is and regenerating, we can't do that. The Ravens might be able to help us with that. If we can defeat the brides and they trap the mist as it moves back to their hideaway, we might have a means to be able to permanently put them out of commission. The second thing is that we don't know for certain that the Taroka, the false holy man, is at Kresh. We don't know who this person is or where they are. So if we go to Kresh hoping to try to find one of the items from the Taroka deck, we may end up disappointed. With the Ravens, we know more or less what we'll be getting, which is allies that will be extremely useful in the days ahead. So for me, if I look at this as just a calculation of what benefits us more and what is less risky, the Ravens seem like the clear choice to me. So
Then I agree.
All right. So then, anytime there's a little bit of a decision to make and the whole party's got to throw in, I always just say we're going to vote. And then however the vote goes is how the party kind of ended up deciding that's where they're going to go. So it sounds like I've got a Wizard of Wine's vote for Dr. Crawford and Nico.
Yeah.
Disdain, what's your vote?
Wizard of Wines.
Okay. And then Rogar, do you have how would you want to vote? Not that it matters.
Opposite of the rest of the group.
Okay.
Difficult.
All right.
Sulky.
So
Feel sorry for getting blown up, huh? Okay.
All right.
It's difficult. Explosions are hard to go through.
Feelings, man. Feels.
Cool. And just so if anybody's watching, we did make through text, we made a DM mistake correction that I want to just make sure I'm clear about. The blood moon is not imminent in the sense that it's going to happen in the next couple of days. It's at least a week out, if not longer. I don't want the party's under some time crunch, but I don't want you guys to feel like, oh, if we do this, then the blood moon's going to happen and then it's the end. So, and then as far as travel, I know I've kind of been all over the place as far as what travels when or how long it takes to get anywhere. But right now you guys are pretty much where this, you're pretty much right around here right now. And you have Kresh here. And then the Wizard of Wine's Vineyard is here. And that's less than a day's travel west or south. If you were to go from Kresh all the way to Castle Ravenloft and really, really hike it, you're looking at about a 2.5-ish day travel if you were not accosted or had anything happen on the way. So, I don't want to paint the picture that, and I might have screwed that up with some of our previous adventures with travel time. And if so, I apologize, but I didn't want to create the sense that, oh my God, if we go here, then there's no way we're going to be able to get any of this other stuff done. So
basically, Rocky's being nice because in the text, I was like, okay, we've got like 3 to 7 days to figure out a solution for Irina. If we go to Ravenloft now, like we might not even make it in time. So
yeah.
I was in panic mode. I was saying, do we do a suicide mission to Castle Ravenloft? And Rocky's like, no.
The problem is the way it's written in the book. Barovia is so small. It's too small. It's way too small, and it's not even in line with the lore. Like they really shrunk it down, I think, to make it a more adventure-friendly thing. So I try to make it more like what it's like in the novels, and try to make that scale of it fit. So, all right. So you guys get your long rest. You are able to fully heal. You're able to restore all of your spell points, spell slots. You do get your rest, but I won't say that you sleep well. Lightning at many points wakes you up with the crash and the thunder and the light. At one point, you hear wolves howling very close to where the cave is. And Disdain, you kind of have a moment of panic because the wolf howls do not sound like normal wolves. They have a familiar sort of sound to you. But they eventually pass. And then eventually a grayish sun sort of rises on the land, and the rain's still sort of pelting down. A cold wind has started to blow in. But you guys emerge from the cave the next morning with a full rest.
So, since we got the long rest, could I use that as an opportunity to go through the tome with Disdain?
You certainly
Because
may.
I'm specifically going to ask Disdain if he wants to get in on this, so I can show him how I cracked the cipher.
Mhm.
And so, in fact, I'm actually let's RP this, Disdain.
Okay.
Disdain. Considering what the decision I just made to befriend Professor Van Richten and what that most likely means for my future health, it may not be best for me to be the one who holds onto the book from here on out. The tome. Would you strike me as someone that I can trust to act in the best interest of this party, the professor, and Lady Irina? Would you be willing to take over the responsibility of trying to research through the tome if I give this to you? I can show you everything I've learned so far and how to crack a cipher and the things I was looking for as far as traps that may have been within the book. Everything that I know, I'd be willing to show you, but this would be a deliberate invasion of Count Strahd's privacy. So it's your choice.
Well, to be honest with you, Dr. Crawford, after all the stuff we've seen here, I have
Yeah.
no chance of being on this guy's side. And if
Fair
it means
enough.
that I have to die on his sword for that reason, I'll be there 100%. And thank you for entrusting this wisdom to me. This is
All right.
something that's going to be harder and harder. And I've been thinking, because I've been seeing you hiding it in like little books and stuff like that. I can use minor illusion on it. I can make it look like a little pouch or something like that, so that he won't even know that it's around.
I knew you were the right person for this, Disdain. All right, let's get to work. So, and then that evening, I guess I'll show him how I did things, and then I'm hoping we'll have enough time to work on it to where he get a role on that knowledge table.
All right, so let's do something real fast here, Disdain. Give me. I'm gonna have you cast that spell, but give me an Arcana roll and try to beat a 17.
All right. Yeah. $20.
Okay.
Not nat.
All right. So what happens is, as you start to cast the spell to disguise the book, you pick up some sort of ambient magical signature that tells you that will backlash on you in some negative way if you go through with it.
Oh. Ooh, Dr. Crawford, I think this is a bad idea. I don't get this
Just the
inclination much.
just the illusion component of it. Now the book component of it's no problem. You're going to be able to read from it.
Mm-hmm.
But
just the
trying to hide it, the book is going to reject that.
Yeah.
So Rocky, question.
Mhm.
Up until now, I've been under the impression that I would have been keeping this within my bag of holding for
Mhm.
safety. Was I erroneous in that because of this anti-magic thing? So it didn't blow up when I put it in the bag of holding. Okay, then Disdain's get my bag of holding as well.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. Disdain, I'm gonna give you an inspiration, Dr. Crawford. You're max, so I'm not gonna.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
All right. So what would happen now, bro, is you would roll on a 20, just roll a d20,
Mhm.
and I will tell you the benefit that you would get from that. So if any, could be information, it could be a mechanical benefit.
16.
Okay, 16. All right, so you find a passage that that is written in Strahd's shorthand, and with Dr. Crawford kind of there helping you decipher it. You figure it out, and it's a passage that details in the first century or so after Strahd became a vampire, he desperately wanted to escape Barovia. The idea of being trapped in this land forever at first did not appeal to him at all. This is before he saw the first reincarnation of Tatiana. And so he thought an eternity locked in this land without his beloved, that would be horrible. So he desperately looked for ways to escape Barovia. And he found what he thought would be a way out. near a town called Berez, which is in the south of Barovia, there is a dilapidated small crypt, and Strahd sort of has a little map and he has little notes about it.
Mhm.
And in this small temple, there is, he believed or believes, hard to tell, that there was a portal that would lead away from Barovia in that temple,
Awesome.
that crypt.
Uh,
And Berez is located kind of down here by Luna Lake.
okay. All right.
That wasn't Perez one of the places we were going to go to if we ever went to the Amber Temple, or am I?
You would have to pass it because it's Mount Gacchus is where the Amber Temple is. So you would have to pass by Berez to get to it.
So it's another thing for us to check if we survive long enough to go to the Amber Temple. So, all right.
As in, guys, I think Strahd thinks we can get out of here. We can leave if things get too hairy. I can't leave Irina currently, but like if things are going in the wrong way, we can possibly find a portal.
If your character has insight, you can roll a 16 insight
Showing it up.
Don't have insight.
if you have that skill. I think that's just Dr. Crawford and Rogar.
I was gonna say me too, or just Crawford?
Yeah. Based on what Disdain just said, because you told everybody what you read.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I just
Okay. Okay. The only thing that pops in both of y'all's heads is if he wrote this 400 years ago, why didn't he leave? Kind of pops in your head. And different theories kind of immediately come to mind. Maybe he can't. Maybe the curse prevents him, even if there is a portal. Maybe there's something about the portal itself, but can't really draw a conclusion. It's just sort of a weird, like, well, if he discovered such a place, why would he still be here?
It's something to investigate if we live long enough to have the opportunity. So
Yeah. All right. Anything else before you guys get your full rest?
I think that's it for me. What about you guys?
I'm good. I'm ready to roll.
Okay. So y'all get some rest, and then the morning emerge, and I imagine you're going to head down here, right?
Yep.
That's right.
All right. So then that's what we'll set out to do. So you guys wake and you head out. The rain is a cold drizzle. The sky, though the sun's out, is overcast and gray. You travel for quite a while, several hours on foot. You hit that crossroads that, if you continue to go south, will take you to the Wizard of Wine's vineyard. And if you go west, will take you to Kresh and the Abbey of St. Markovia. And the DM is hearing the party say, we're going to the vineyard.
That's right.
So, yep.
All right. So you guys go south, and again, it takes a couple hours to sort of slog through. What you notice about this road as you're traveling, well, actually, I should make you guys roll on that. Let's roll perception. Let's try to beat 15 would be reasonable.
That's a no from Crawford. Does anybody else have perception?
Yeah, I do.
Right.
So
If
no
nobody
for
else
you two.
beats it, I'll inspire mine, but
That's a
okay.
no for Roger.
Looks like I'm inspiring. There we go.
Okay.
All right.
So as you guys, as you travel, Dr. Crawford, you notice there's this like eerie quietness to this part of the woods, and you don't hear any birds, you don't hear any insects. What you do occasionally hear is a rustling in the leaves above you and the limbs above you and sort of the thick cops of the trees. Just occasionally, you'll almost like
Rustling
a like a squirrel. Like if you've ever seen a squirrel sort of, you don't see a squirrel, but like if you ever seen like a squirrel sort of like dash through some limbs,
Yeah.
it's that kind of rustling occasionally. And it almost seems like it's following you guys as you get further and further south.
Gentlemen, and I pull them close as we're walking. Gentlemen, if you recall back when we fought Reinholtz, the Count Strahd or Reinhold or whoever was controlling the animals, the wolves. I'm wondering if we have a spy following us. If not Strahd himself, then maybe one of the brides. What do you think?
Oh, what do we suggest? I think
The only reason I don't suggest we just shoot it immediately is what if it's one of the were-ravens? I don't know. I didn't get a good glimpse at it, whatever it was.
I say we keep walking, but let's just be aware.
Fair enough.
So to do that, you guys are going to have to slow your pace down. Is everybody comfortable with that?
Yep.
Okay. So you guys continue on for about another hour, and you get to this, really like, kind of thicker part of the forest, and the road really stops being real well traveled at this point. It's a very dirt, sort of rarely traveled type road. You see some little trenches from where maybe a cart of some kind's been pulled back and forth on this road. But you see this like way in the distance. You see what looks to be a house or a collection of houses, kind of through the woods and up a hill. And then I think this is about where you also see the trail break off to the southeast towards what you would assume is Berez, and maybe even if you keep going to Mount Gacus.
So we're to assume that the collection of houses that we see ahead of us is the vineyard, the beginning maybe of the vineyard.
Yeah, you're around this area, and imagine there's like a little path here that would connect you to this road.
To that road. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
if that makes sense.
I don't think our plan has changed. It's still to head to the vineyard.
I don't like it. I don't like where we are.
I don't like anything, but since when does what we like actually come into play here?
Yeah, Barovia is a creepy place.
Yes.
I'm going to have to play a song. I'm gonna give out inspirations to bardic inspiration to Zoc, Disdain, and Rogar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So I'll bust a little loot action.
All right. So you guys feel some inspiration, and
we got 10 minutes of bonus if we run into something in the next 10 minutes.
Okay.
Which is highly likely.
All right. So you guys move forward with your inspiration, and who's in the front?
It looks like Rogar's in the front from where I'm standing. He's right there. Yes, he's there.
You think
this
he would
voice
be
that keeps
after all
talking to
this?
us and telling us what to do. He is in the front. Can you not see?
Rogar, are you in the front?
Look, Roger is watching his back on these people because they done try to kill him once. He will do it, but kind of, looking in the rear view a little bit too.
Okay. So you lead the party ahead, And as you're leading the party ahead, you do that where you kind of turn around every once in a while and just kind of look at the party, make sure they're not up to something. And Nico, he kind of lingers on you for a second. And all of a sudden, you feel something scrape your snout, like just this red hot sort of thing of pain just sort of, immediately hits your face. And you look down, there's actually a little bit of dragonborn blood kind of dripping from your face. And you look around, and all you see is what you see here. There's nothing.
Do I see Rogar stop?
Yeah, he literally goes, huh, and like holds his face, and he's got this like cut on his face. You take a hit point of damage.
Okay. I'll kind of turn to the party and say, "Be careful, lads. There's something out there."
I'd like to make an
And,
investigation check to see if I can spot whatever's going on, Rocky, if you'll let me.
Okay, yeah, you're going to be a 19.
Oh, for God's sake. Disdain, can you assist me on that to give me the?
Did you use your bardic inspiration?
Oh right. Thank you for reminding me.
Oh, that's a good DM.
1d8. It's supposed to be your job to remind me, Enos. You're the one who handed that out.
Yeah, 1 minute ago.
Is it a D8, Enos?
Yes,
D8?
it is.
Okay.
1d8.
Oh, it's a D8.
Okay, so
Okay,
that
there
beats
you go.
it.
All right, so you look up in the tree above you, and you see this, Dr. Crawford. They're about a foot high. Are these little creatures that look to be made of tangled up vines and twigs? And it looks like they're forming a spear of some kind and getting ready to throw it.
Does he see this, or do we see it too?
He
Yeah,
hasn't
he said-
announced
okay.
it.
I
Oh,
point
my
out
bad.
to the.
My bad. I should show you the picture. I was off the
Oh
screen.
Jesus, it's Groot.
Yeah.
It's Groot.
Yeah, I point to him and I say, and I hold. Does anybody speak anything we think would communicate with these? Because I don't.
I speak Infernal and Dwarvish.
I can try Elvish, but that's a stretch.
I have a fireball. They look like they're flammable.
I remember a little bit of Celestial from Vistani Elementary School.
Has anybody tried "We Are Groot"?
One of them.
Groot.
They finish the spear, and the longest of them like picks it up and like pulls it back.
All right, I'm gonna try it. I'm just shut in the dark. Try Elvish. Stop. We don't want to have to fight. I hold my hands up like this.
It kind of stops and like turns its head and makes like a sound that sounds like if you took a bunch of vines and like twisted them together, sort of that creaking vegetable sound. And then it throws the spear and hits you across the shoulder, and you take a hit point of damage. And then they start making another one.
All right, we tried, gentlemen. We tried the peaceful route. We're not murder hobos. Let's get this done.
Now, did you say there's just one, or like a gaggle of?
There's like 4 of them.
Okay, then I'm gonna try one of my cantrips here, Rocky, if I can. I can see this little guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going the telepathic route.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a message.
And as he's doing that, I'm gonna hold my shield up and kind of try to protect people as best I can.
Okay.
So here's the message, and it's got to be really short. It can't be like a monologue here, correct?
I think
The
it's
nature
right.
of that spell.
I think it's 20 words. Is not,
Okay.
if I'm not mistaken, it's the exact.
I'm gonna say, "Be still your hand, little one, for we are still friends at this point in time."
Okay. Again, it kind of stops and looks at you, and it throws a
I'm gonna make a. Oh, he hits me good. Awesome.
Can we just roll initiative?
Let's
Come
do
on.
it. As I'm
No,
ready.
no, because there's.
Stade's got fireballs. Just like, come on.
These things are so pimply. They're doing like 1 damage. You could probably cantrip these things to death.
That's what I'm saying. Like fireball. Like it's
Fireball's a 3rd level spell. Don't blow it on these chumps.
fire. The other fire one I got. The cantrip. Firebolt.
Fire bolts. Thank you. Okay.
That's the one.
All right.
2d10.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I'll do that right now. If no
Aw.
one's, if anyone else has other reports, I'm ready. Like,
I mean,
stop me if
we
you-
could try to keep walking too. We can like try and shove it off. We can also just move on.
Just tell
I
me what
think
you
these
want to
things,
do.
they're following us. They're obviously the ones that were following us in the freaking tree.
Okay.
They're gonna just
I
keep
know. I'm
following
not
us
saying
freaking
that they
stairs.
don't have beef. But
So hold on. How close are we to the houses?
Pretty good. Probably another 10 minutes walking.
All right. So if we walk slowly, and I'll get at the rear of the group, and I'll just hold my shield out and block everything. That's an
All right.
option.
So you really
Okay.
don't. We're gonna take so much damage running from these things. Okay. All right. Let's go.
I'm not saying we run. I'm just saying that's an
yeah,
option.
we're just gonna.
I am, and they're throwing spears at us.
Here's
We're
the
not gonna
thing,
kill them.
hey,
No.
You light up this guy, and what happens when like 10 of them just form into a gigantic freaking Treebeard and just smashes? Like
All right.
that's the
fine.
thing about woodland elementals. You just can't trust them. You just can't trust them.
All right. I vote we keep walking, and I'll try to block the thing. And if they keep throwing them, then we throw a fireball back.
Sure, I'm down with that.
It's kind of what I'm thinking.
Let's try to take the high road one more time, and if that doesn't work, light them up.
All right. I like it. Rogar, I'll give you an inspiration for that.
stop me.
Okay. So Rogar throws up his shield. And he's like, oh, and you guys start to make a kind of a run for it, and he's holding the shield up behind. And what you see is that these things are actually very fast. They are like a squirrel as far as like their speed when they run along the limb. So they're like running after you, and they throw these spears at you guys as you run. It looks like that at the beginning of Temple of Doom, Indiana Jones, right? Like they're just throwing spears, and like you got Rogar, he's just like holding the shield up. What I need is everybody to give me a dexterity saving throw. Because of Rogar's shield, I'm going to give you advantage. And what you're trying to do is beat a 15 in order to avoid some damage before you guys get away from this area. So dexterity saving throw, advantage, beat a 15.
Okay, I beat it.
Okay, Dr. Crawford's good.
Oh, I was supposed to roll.
Looks like
advantage.
Rogar's good.
Wait, do I get advantage as well?
Yeah. Because of
Okay.
Rogar, everybody gets advantage.
Perfect. Dude, my roll. Dude, you have cursed my dice tonight, Rocky. You cursed them.
I mean, I have plus a bunch to that. I just didn't add it. I passed.
No, you're fine. You pass.
And now everybody gets a +1 also because of you're in my
All right.
aura.
Nico, you get hit 4 times for 4 damage. And Disdain, you get hit 4 times for 4 damage.
Alrighty.
So they're like pencil-sized splinters, and they sort of slice you or jab into you.
Could I have used a reaction?
I to what, use shield?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
It's honestly, man, it's 4 damage.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
That was gonna be a lot more if we were running, so we're getting that up there.
I mean, if you want to use it to nullify yours, I'll let you, because
I will.
Okay.
I will. That's yeah.
So you actually throw a shield up. Rogar says, "Heads up!" As some go over his shield, and then you throw your shield up and stop them. So, okay.
Right.
And then you guys get out of the woods, and you look back, and they don't seem keen on following you out of the woods. And you now see there's dozens of them among the tree limbs, and they're sort of like just staring at all of you creepily as they sort of camouflage back into the leaves. And you turn to look at where you've sort of landed, and you are now standing at the base of a manor. And behind the manor, they're going more up the hill. There's like all around this place, there's some other buildings. There's vineyards. You see in the far distance what you think are figures just sort of milling about the field. And as you guys move to maybe go towards the house or the figures, it doesn't really matter. You start to move up the road. All of a sudden, you see a raven come flying down. And this raven actually turns into Elisa, your ally from Valaki. And she comes running up to all of you, and she goes, "Oh, thank the Morning Lord! It's you. I didn't know if I would ever see you again." And Disdain, she actually runs up and gives you a big hug.
I give her a big hug back. I'm like, Eliza, I'm so glad you're safe. When you took off after those brides, I don't know what could have happened. We tried so hard to save your family, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for your loss.
She gets emotional for a second, but she kind of catches herself and she goes, "Thank you. That doesn't really matter right now. My family here needs me, and we need you. We need all of you. We are under attack, and I don't know what's happening, but we're surrounded by enemies. My family has abandoned the estate, and we've taken up in the old horse barn south of here. But you should speak to my grandfather. He's the one that'll be able to explain more."
That's exactly what we came to help. We've heard about these issues a long time, and thank God you're here. Thank God you've been safe. And I grab her by the shoulders and I turn around. Okay, guys, it's Eliza.
Good to see you again, Eliza. I would hope that you would have told your trees not to attack us, that we were to be expected, but I understand. You have your reasons.
"Those are no trees of mine." And she kind of like spits, like in derision. She goes, "Those are from the cursed woods to the west. They've never come out this far before."
I'd like to curse their woods, but it sounds like someone has beat me to it.
These are dark times. The land of Barovia has always been dangerous, but something has happened recently. The dangers are worse than they ever have been.
Well, we will do the best we can to help you. Take us to your grandfather.
Follow me. And she takes you kind of away from the estate and further down the hill and sort of around a copse of wood. And she takes you to what looks to be some old barns kind of on the edge of the vineyard. I'm trying to think what agriculture would be as far as like a skill. Be
In the vineyard,
nature.
the vineyard looks exactly like this. It's all dilapidated.
Yeah, kind of like
you're not
that.
happy.
I don't think anybody in the party has nature as a skill though.
No.
So you guys walk through it, and she eventually, calls out. She says, "Grandfather, is that you?" She goes, come out of the shadows and talk to these men. They are friends." And you watch as this old man, kind of a big guy, but old and sort of hunchback, comes walking out on a cane, and he goes, "Elisha, is that you?" He squints at her and he goes, "It is you." He goes, "Who are these strangers you brought to our home?" Kind of gives all of you a scrutinizing gaze.
Well, we're coming to help you. Are you this illustrious wizard of the wines we've heard so much about?
"I'm no wizard. It's just the name of the vineyard. It's been in my family for generations."
All I can say is a master of their craft deserves the title of the wizard, in my humble opinion, sir. What's happening here?
Give me persuasion. That was good. Give me persuasion.
I don't have it though.
I'm gonna give you advantage. Just give me a straight roll.
He's like, sounds good. I don't have it.
14.
You still have your bardic inspiration if you want to use
Oh
it.
yeah, I put that on.
Thanks to Nico. Well, I guess it'd be an automatic win because you just needed one.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it is 7.
All right, cool. So yes, all right. So you get a 21. So he goes. Yes, you hear that, Elisa? Someone your age who actually respects the craft of winemaking. He goes, what did you say your name was, son?
Disdain.
Stay, I am Yerwin Martikov. It is a pleasure to meet you. And he holds his hand out to shake your hand.
I take it and I give him a pleasant shake.
He goes, it's not many young people that could appreciate winemaking like you do, it seems. And he kind of glares at her and she goes, Grandfather, I told you I'll learn the craft after Barovia is safe. There's much to do to protect the land. And he goes, don't you tell me about protecting the land, young lady. I was protecting this land when my feathers were gray and yours were shiny black as a newborn. He goes, I've been protecting this land longer than you've been alive many times over. And she says, but grandfather, it's different now. Count Strahd he's much more dangerous than he's ever been, and the land is reacting to it. I think these men know what's happening and they can help. And he looks at all of you and he goes, you seem nice enough, but this is a family matter. You should leave us to it.
But sir, you've been having a lot of trouble here, and I personally feel a debt to your family, and if you won't let me honor it this way, I'll find another way to honor it. But
what debt do you speak of, young man?
I was at the inn with my party here during the Terror event that happened to Eliza's parents.
That was her aunt and uncle.
And I was going to say, and
yeah.
fuck, I was like, come on, one or the other. Damn it.
I'll save you from that one. So he hangs his head low and he goes, so you're all the ones that saved my son.
Yes.
Yes, and from the brides of Strahd attacking us and them at the same time, it felt very family and personal to us at that time when we fought them away. So anything that you need, please just let us know. We are truly friends.
If only we could have done more.
Very well. You have convinced me that you are men of good heart. I will tell you what is happening here, but you must know a little bit about our vineyard first. Our vineyard is one of the few places of consistently fertile soil in the land, not just fertile, rich, filled with life, able to produce wine consistently, season after season. No other plot of land, not even the fields of Kresh, can make such a claim, where the land is so cursed, you must toil at it much harder to get half the harvest you would anywhere else. But not here. My family decided many generations ago to take advantage of the soil and plant old vines. This was already a vineyard before we expanded it. And as such, we produce wine that we sell quite cheaply to everyone in the land. Because wine is one of the only escapes from the misery of Barovian life. We've done this for generations while also secretly working to stop Strahd's evil machinations, to help those that we see trying to do good in the land. We alleviate what little pain we can, knowing that we do not have the strength to stand against Strahd directly. He does not know of my family's gift. He does not know about the secret of the vineyard. And I think on some level, perhaps he was fine leaving our vineyard producing wine. But recently, my family's secret was learned by our enemies. Our secret, I should say, not of our heritage, but of our vineyard. Why do you think our fields have been able to produce such great crops of wine year after year?
You practice responsible crop rotation, sir.
He laughs. He goes, "We do that as well, young man, but that would not be enough alone." Anyone hazard a guess?
Prayers to the morning lord?
He laughs. No.
Strike two.
Out of character, I want to say if he says dead children, I just can't take this place.
He goes, "You're overthinking it, everyone. It's magic. Magical gems, to be exact. Gems that were buried here long ago by I don't even know who. Gems capable of amplifying magic and enchantment. Gems capable of enriching the soil with life. 3 such gems were buried in our fields. The most powerful helped us produce Champagne La Stamp. The next most powerful was able to help us make Ruby Dragon Crush. And then the least of the magical gems, though it helped us produce the most, was the Purple Grape Mash. My son Erwin, the reason he and I have not talked, or my son Erwin, what's his name? Jesus, I got too many characters, guys. Yeah, it is Erwin is the son, and he is Dimitri, if I'm not mistaken. Give me a second. Hold on, I get his name wrong. I'll take you guys out of character for a minute. Davian. Sorry, Davian. So this is Davian. Erwin is his son, the one you've already met back at
Okay, now this is making a whole lot more sense. I've been trying to piece together what the heck was going on this entire time.
My bad. So Erwin is the father. Danica was his wife, the one that the Brides of Strahd killed. You met their 2 sons. Elisa is their niece. They adopted after her parents died. You don't know anything about that other than it was a vampire that killed them. This is Davian. He's the patriarch of the family, the father of Erwin. And Erwin and him have been estranged for many years. And he tells you the reason for that is because when Erwin was in charge of the watch one night, he was off gallivanting around with Danica, and someone came in and dug up the gemstone that was underneath the Champagne La Stamp vineyard. And they've not been able to reproduce any grapes from that vineyard ever since. And that was about 10 years ago. So they've been on the outs. But what is most disturbing is that recently the last 2 gems were stolen from us and our lands occupied. A group of druids who worship Strahd, who've kept to themselves far to the west until recently, attacked us. While they were attacking us and we were dealing with that assault, from the east came a group of horrific creatures that looked like scarecrows. I believe them to be the creations of the hag Baba Lagasa, she who resides in the remains of Berez. And I think that she coordinated with them. They made some sort of dark alliance. They attacked us at the same time. I made the decision to tell my family to turn to ravens and abandon the land. Even now, most of the men and women, the adults, are scouting out Berez, trying to find a way to get our gemstone back. I have most of the elderly and the children here in this barn, and I am confident I can protect them. But we need to take our estate back. And then I need help stopping these druids and getting our gem back from them. I do not know what dark purpose they have for it. Will you help me?
I am Nico Tirada, at your service always, and I will help you. Our fates are intertwined from this moment on.
Thank you, Nico.
I've been wanting to give you my service since I've seen how much you've been able to provide that happiness for this land. As somebody that loves wine in general, your stuff is amazing, and I'm not lying when I've heard your name preached up and down since I've been here. I think I hear your name more than Strahd himself.
He says, "Thank you, Disdain. Those are kind words. If you help me, I will give your party the finest bottle from my personal reserve, if the druids have not discovered where I hid it, that is."
Well, let's go beat these druids down.
He says, "Elisa, go scout out the house and see if you can find a way to unlock a door from within. These men will have to they'll have to charge through the field in order to get to the house. And gentlemen, you will have to face some of those scarecrows I told you about. They meander about the field as if they own it now. Because I must warn you, they are not very hardy, being made of straw and whatnot. But if they do hit you, it is quite vicious, their attacks."
Thank you for the warning.
Because for me, for my part, I will stay here and protect the children. Anything else I can answer for you before we part ways?
You mentioned this hag that is further south towards the ruins of Beres, and that your family is there scouting that way as well. Would you prefer that we take on these druids first?
I would, because most of my warriors of the Keepers of the Feather, they are engaged with Baba Lagasa. I have none
Perfect.
left to send to the druids, so your party coming is a blessing of the Morning Lord.
Excellent. This is good news. Let's get it done.
One thing I'd ask is what were these druids doing during the particular attack? I haven't actually seen or come across one. I'd like to know what these guys particularly had.
They look haggard. They are the remnants of an old barbarian tribe that used to live in this land long ago, and their worship of the land was somehow poisoned, and it became worship of Strahd. They command dark, twisted powers of nature, and the thornlings and the blights is what we've taken to call them. Creatures made of corrupted plant matter. They follow the command of these druids.
Thank you for your knowledge. We'll get you home back.
Rocky, question before we begin this. Can I make any sort of insight check about Davian here to see if there's anything that Crawford would have noticed he might have left out? As a player, I'll tell you right now, I'm mildly suspicious, but not immediately ready to be scared of this guy, because we found the ring of the Mardukov family back in the Durst dungeon in their dormitory, which means, as far as I can tell, at some point in this family's history, there was a Mardukov who was part of the Strahd cult. So, and this guy was saying that Strahd didn't know that these people were were-ravens, I think it was. So that's maybe he just doesn't know that was a thing, but I'm curious if Crawford would think the same thing. So can I make that insight check?
It's up to you. I mean, that kind of stuff, you experienced it as a character, so he would remember it. It's up to you if you want to make it an insight roll to help you decide what to do. That's totally fine. Otherwise,
I mean, insight to see if Crawford would notice anything else beyond what I just talked about.
Gotcha. Sure.
Okay. Yeah. Insight. I really want to pass this. I'm going to inspire this.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Right. At least. Yeah.
Yeah. So you find it. So you find it interesting that the Durst family owned the mill, basically the windmill, and the Mordecai family owns the vineyard, and that there seems to have been some connection between those two families long ago, and there does seem to be some history that was left out, probably not because he was trying to, but was it really relevant to what you guys were talking about in the moment? Hard to tell, but there's certainly some gaps in the story, so to speak.
Okay. If I'm not going to say anything to him because I don't want him knowing that I'm suspicious yet. So it might be nothing. I might be jumping at shadows, but this is one of those things where we've had so many freaking. I already feel like I got played by Strahd possibly, and I don't want to get played by this guy too if he's evil. So.
Yeah, I told you if you play Curse of Strahd, you were going to become paranoid. There's no other way around it. So.
All right. That's it from me.
Okay. So he goes, Eliza, you have your orders, gentlemen. Good luck. And then he starts to literally transform in front of you, and you guys watch as he gains height and muscle and becomes this massive half raven, half man, sort of with gray feathers. And Elisa pats him on his beak. She has to get up on her tiptoes, and he nods at all of you and sort of coos, and then stomps back over to the building so that he can protect the children that are inside.
He's a big bird, man. He is. That's a big old boy.
I don't want to be a were-raven, not a werewolf.
Dude, they could do so much damage. That is so impressive. But this is just above the table. That she's still just a little bird though. When she transforms, right? When we see
you've never seen her transform into a. How about this? Give me an Arcana or a. You got Arcana, right?
I don't. I've got.
I got history.
I've got perception. Not much. Yeah.
I'll let you do an Arcana at disadvantage if you want.
Okay. I might nail him. Come on. No. Oh well. It's very cool though.
Some kind of explanation to that, but not sure what it is.
All right. Let's get it on, gentlemen.
Just posted something in Dell's Discord that I thought was relevant.
All right. What are we doing?
Trying to kill us. We're getting on the yellow brick road.
Yep.
Rogar just kind of looks at the group and says, "I need to hit something."
All right.
And, he starts, I guess, charging. But first, let's take a bathroom break.
Okay.
All right. Yep.
Bio break.
Back in a few.
All right. So you guys have made the decision to go help clear out the Wizard of Wine's vineyard, and you got to see Erwin in his hybrid were-raven form. And Elisa wishes you the best of luck, and she actually gives you a kiss on the cheek, Disdain. And then she turns into a raven and flies off. She says that she'll help you get into the estate, and tells you to be careful around the scarecrows. And that's it.
All right, but before we start, well, I mean, as we're walking, I'm just gonna look around and say, why did nobody mention your buddy, the old guy, to Crawford and everybody?
I'm sorry, I misunderstood the question. What?
Why did nobody mention the old guy, the professor doctor fella that you guys talk to all the time?
Oh,
Ben Richten.
Ben Richten.
I know, but he doesn't care about his name.
At the moment, I'd be willing to excuse that. It's just they have more pressing concerns in their mind. I can understand that. And are we out of character, Rocky? Are we alone? Did they fly off or?
They did fly off, so you are.
Yeah, that's why I was waiting until they were gone. Just wanted. I didn't know if there's
Yeah,
ulterior motives.
I'm gonna gather the guys around and pull out the ring and basically explain to them what Crawford was thinking just a moment ago about that, and just say, keep your eyes open. I trust Eliza. Maybe I'm just jumping at shadows again, but let's just keep our eyes open and make sure that if something is going on, that we can protect the members of that family that aren't on Strahd's side from it. Are we all in agreement?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'm just paranoid. And I put the ring away and go, all right, let's get this done.
Just quickly above table, brain just clicked. What about Eliza's parents? Couldn't it be related to them and why they're dead?
Vampire
Just
attack, yeah.
Just
It's
saying. And then
questions for later. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you guys make your way up the hill, and you see the vineyard sort of stretching on and starting to get dark. And you see the estate in the distance, and then you see these creatures milling about the hill. And as soon as they see you, they start to sort of move towards you, and we're going to roll initiative. And I'm going to move us over on roll 20 onto the appropriate map.
Yay.
All right, so they're shambling. Are they running?
They're shambling. They're not moving. I mean, they're moving faster than the zombies did, but they're certainly not like super fast.
All right, so we're talking Walking Dead zombies, not World War Z zombies.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
Now, out of character, guys, question. I was kind of like watching to see and listening for anything that might have like indicated that old guy was not what he seemed. Did he say that we need to run past these guys, or did they need them cleared out? I missed it.
He was saying if you can clear them out. He was saying that if you fight them, just be careful. They're not super hardy, but they hurt a lot.
Okay.
So you guys see by going over to our roll 20 map, we have why in God's name does the
Holy cow.
yeah, so for some reason when I label these things, it doesn't show for you guys, and I don't understand why. It's nameplate. Let me try to fix this real fast, guys, because I want you to be able to see the names. General, see, there we go. Give me a second. I'm going to get these labels to show for everybody.
And there's two different types, or is they all the same type?
Two different types, it looks like.
Okay.
I'm glad I was able to figure that out on the fly. Are those starting to show on your screen?
They are.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay, good.
Sure. This may be my worst initiative roll yet.
See, yeah.
Oh, I haven't rolled yet. I'm sorry. If I was supposed to.
Yep, it's definitely.
Looks like he's got seven labeled so far. He has to keep working on the other 20. Just give him a minute, guys. Hang on a second. I wish Rocky could have cropped in the headless horseman laugh from WoW.
So
perfect.
Does Rogar still have inspiration, or is that gone?
No, that would be gone by this point.
We were talking for more than 10 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, I think I got everything.
We talked for 3 minutes, I think.
All right.
It was quick.
It's like the Dragon Ball Z episode.
Yeah, it was
Frieza
overdubbed.
crosses the planet in 5 minutes, and they talk for like 5 episodes.
right. So what's our initiative, gentlemen?
19 from Dr. C.
Dr. C with a 19. Beautiful.
I had an 11.
Disdain has 3.
Ouch.
Yep.
Nico?
Great. I haven't rolled over a 10 all night.
So you're still on a 7? That's funny. That's what you rolled last time.
It's lucky.
All right. So let's
We'll see.
do.
Did I say shambling pumpkin?
Yep.
It's
No,
okay. We're
dear
going to be
God.
smashing pumpkins in a second.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what the
I guess it's-
scarecrows. Let's see what the scarecrows.
World is a
do.
vampire.
Dun, 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 dun.
And some pumpkins and scarecrows too.
All right. So we got 16 for this guy. And then we've got our pumpkin. And let's see what he gets.
He's trying to intimidate us by making their
He also got a
pictures
16.
bigger.
And then Esmeralda's out of it. So we'll get rid of her.
Yeah, she can hang out though.
All right. So that's our initiative. And
There
All
could
right,
be
guys.
like some little
It
zombie
looks like
kids.
we're
One of
in
them,
for a couple of long battles. So
I'd
Yeah.
say so.
If we're gonna be doing some fighting, we got to get some music going again, though, Rocky.
And
Already coming.
guys. I got the day off and I got a Red Bull going. We're
all right. All right. Let's start off top of the order with Dr. Crawford.
Okay, I'm gonna do an insightful fighting. Oh shoot! There's a strange hole on the map. That looks like something I would probably need to investigate. Should I insightful fighting or should I?
it says strange hole.
That is a strange hole.
Hard not to investigate a strange hole.
Rocky, can I see the strange hole clearly from here?
Not clear enough to investigate it, but you see this strange hole in the ground in the middle of the
Okay,
field.
all right. If that's the case, then I'm gonna keep my distance for now, and I'm gonna insightful fighting on Scarecrow number 7 there to
Okay.
my top left. So that's going
Got
to be an insight. Oh, and question. Last session, I made the mistake of doing investigation instead of insight. Now, and you okayed it because we were in the middle of a fight or whatever.
Mhm.
Should I go back to using insight for that ability, or do you want me using investigation from now on for that?
I think let's just roll with investigation. That seems to be more in Dr. Crawford's.
Okay, yeah, because it's
Style
a better
anyway.
score, but that's not how the ability normally works. I want to make sure that we're doing this the way you want.
I'm all about the rule of cool, baby. I think it's cool that
Okay.
Dr. Crawford uses investigation.
Okay, investigation for it's gonna be a 20 versus his deception.
Okay, which is going to be just a +1. So. All right, so he only rolled an 11, so it works.
Okay, insightful fighting active. Let's see here. I'm going to move up a little bit, and I'm going to ready an attack action for if Scarecrow number 7 moves into range of me or Nico there. So,
Okay.
And that's my bonus action. That's my action movement. All I got left is a reaction. I'm good.
No, reaction. Holding an action takes up your reaction.
Oh, okay. I'll still do it then. I'll
Okay.
just, it just means I get no attack of opportunity or it's uncanny dodge. And
Yep.
It's still good.
Okay. Oh, excuse me. All right. Then after Dr. Crawford is the scarecrows and the pumpkins. And so these guys are going to obviously start to move up. So we got 5, 10, 15, 20. 5, 10, 15, 20. 5, 10, 15, 20. 10, 15, 20. Some of them are in difficult terrain, so. And then number 7. Oops. am I doing? Number 7, he does. Oh, sorry, my screen's freaking out. Okay, Doctor, he gets right in your range, and you unleash the
attack.
beast.
All right, so I'm making an attack with the +1 dagger. That's a 22. Does that beat its armor class?
Yes.
All right, rolling damage. So that's 7 piercing, 12 from sneak attack. That's a total of 19 damage, and it's from the magical dagger. So if it's got any resistances,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, looks good. Yeah. So you yeah. So you slash into it, and sure enough, what comes out of it is like hay and just cloth and filling and some plant matter. Yet there is also some blood on your blade as well.
Okay.
Kind of crazy. Okay. So it is his turn to attack you. And he rolls +3 to hit. Misses on the first one. Hits on the second one.
Yep, that's a hit.
All right, so on a hit, you're going to take 6 slashing.
Okay.
I'll turn it down a little bit, sorry. 6 slashing. And then I need a DC 11 wisdom save.
Wisdom, huh? Okay, all right, coming up. And refresh my memory, Rocky. Does the ability that I got for converting to a Morning Lord's Faith, does that work on saving throws or specifically just like attack rolls and skill checks? Okay, so I'm going to add the 1d4 then.
You also get +1 for me.
Yeah, you're close enough to get that from Rogar.
So then that's 3 + 9 is 12 +1 from Rogar is 13. You said DC 13?
It was, yeah. Or DC 11, yeah. So you did pass. So for a split second, Doctor, your heart is filled with great fear, but you sort of power through it.
Fear effect. Got it. Okay.
Okay, next in the order is going to be Rogar.
All right. I think I want to. Can you see me move there?
I did.
I'm moving up to attack the same one that Crawford attacked.
Okay.
And all right. Oh, do I want to hang on? Yeah, I'm going to attack. I want to see what it takes to kill me.
It's a nat 1, buddy.
Yeah, I'm going to use inspiration on that. I get 2 attacks. Yeah. So I can use inspiration on that, yeah?
Yes.
To make it go away?
Yes. Unless you roll it again.
And then it's fate, right?
Yep. It's not a nat 1. Believe it or not, you still hit.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna roll my second attack then, and just. All right.
Okay, it's 2 hits.
I don't think I'm gonna go smite heavy quite yet. I just want to see. He hit him for 19, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna do it just this way. That's for both attacks.
Okay, so 24 total.
Yeah, that's for both attacks.
Okay, how's he go out?
I mean, he's a straw man, so I don't know. I slash him and he kind of just poofs. He's
Okay.
like when Randy Johnson threw a fastball and killed the pigeon. He just kind of.
Yep.
That's
All
good.
right. Yep. Dr. Crawford had already done significant damage to him, and you finished him off. All right. It is now Nico's turn.
So Nico's gonna. Let's see. Let me see the range on that one.
Anything green on the screen is difficult terrain.
Okay.
As well as if you're going over a rock or a log or any of that stuff.
All right. So I'm gonna kind of. Is there enough room for me to push in between Crawford and Rogar and stand on Rogar's left
Yeah.
flank?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna do a lightning bolt. I'm gonna aim it at Scarecrow 5. I think I can still hit it
Mhm.
here, and I should be able to hit 4. I mean, I'm gonna aim it at Scarecrow. Yeah, I'm gonna aim at Scarecrow 5, and I should be able to hit this Shambling Pumpkin 1 and 4.
Yep.
No, 1 and they're all the nameplates are overlapping on my screen. It's
Yeah.
hard
No,
to see.
you'll hit all 3 of those, and you'll
Okay.
hit the one left to 4, whichever one that is.
Yeah, because
That's,
it's 5
3.
feet wide. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Actually,
Here we
you
go.
could clip Scarecrow 6 too if you aim it down the middle.
Yeah, let's do that. I
Okay,
want
so
I want
that's-
maximum carnage.
8d6 lightning on 5 targets. This is it.
They
This is
they
gonna
have
hurt.
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Let's go. And it ignites too.
okay.
All right, 86. Come on. All right, so
I'm just rolling their saves. This is for the
Okay.
Scarecrows. They fell. This is for the pumpkins. They fell.
all right, so let
Welcome.
it go.
Give me the damage. Woo. Okay. Yeah. So this lightning bolt just like courses through them. You see them all like jerk and shake. Yeah. They. You see things of hay and stuff catching on fire, and they kind of shake it off. But you did severe damage to that whole group.
So, 150 damage in 1 turn, Nico. Nice work.
There you go. I parsed well on that one.
Yep.
There you go.
All right, yeah, I have no further actions at this time.
Okay. Give me a second. I gotta try to keep up all this. So-
Yeah, no worries, man.
Okay. So all those guys.
Actually, I do. I'm going to send Rogar a message that says sorry for blowing you up.
Rogar's gonna swat at his ears like he's a gnat's getting on him or something.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. All right. It is now Disdain's turn.
All right, I'm gonna follow Nico's lead with this whole AOE damage and hitting them all, and I'm gonna do a fireball. And I was plotting out my fireball, and if I aim it right, can you guys see that?
Uh huh.
If I aim it right there, 20-foot radius gets me everything,
Hmm.
even that
Yeah.
one,
Mm-hmm.
except for us and number 4. So that's exactly where I'm gonna place it.
Okay. So another deck save, I assume, for half.
Is it Dex? One section.
I think it is.
Yes, Dex save. Yep.
Okay. The Scarecrows fail. And what's the save I gotta make?
15.
Yeah. Then they both fell.
All right. So that is 8d6. $29.
Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. So, woo, you guys are badasses. All right. So you throw out this fiery explosion, right? and it just like, the roar fills the field, followed right up, you followed right behind Nico's lightning bolt. And you guys watch as this whole group right here in the center, they just, not two, but like, not the twos, but all of these guys in the center, these 5, they just catch fire and start screaming. And there's another explosion, and if you have insight, I need you to give me a DC 15 on that. If you have insight.
Ooh.
Okay. Rogar, you don't know what the hell's going on. But Dr. Crawford, you have one of those astute Dr. Crawford moments where you realize that pumpkin exploded as he died.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Okay.
No.
Okay. I steer clear of the pumpkins. I shout that out.
It's top of the order, Dr. Crawford.
Yeah, I'm gonna shout out. Steer clear of the pumpkins. They blow up. And let's see here. Shit. I'm primarily a melee fighter. I hope it's a dexterity save that they're doing. I'm going to do insightful fighting on shambling pumpkin number 4 to my left here.
Okay.
So it's going to be investigation versus his deception.
Goes to 13.
Okay. So I'm going to move up here. And I'm going to make a melee attack with the magic dagger again. 17. Does that beat its armor
That's a
class?
hit.
All right, rolling damage. That is 7 piercing plus 16 sneak attack damage is 23 from a magic dagger.
Okay. Yeah. You slice into him. And as you do, he looks at you in your face and says, "The Pumpkin King will have your flesh." All right.
Hopefully not today.
After that, it is their turn. So you watch as these guys shamble up. Okay, so let's start with Dr. Crawford's. These are 2 20s just to determine the 2 attack rolls.
Okay.
Adding a 3 to each of these. So we got a 17 and a 15. So it's 1 hit, right? So you'll take.
Yeah, because it's meter beat. So yeah.
Okay, so you'll take 6 slashing damage.
Okay.
And then I need a DC 11 Constitution save.
All the saves I got. Okay, I was hoping it would be Dex. All right, let's see here. Constitution. It's 1. What did you say? DC 17 was it?
No, it's DC 11.
Ah, shoot, and I'm not in range of Rogar either. So close to it. When let's fire it. No, I'm gonna save my inspiration. Let's see what it is.
All right, so you take an additional 6 poison damage, and for the next minute, you're poisoned.
Okay. That's the status effect, right? Whereas it's disadvantage on my attack rolls?
You basically get disadvantage on almost every 20 you roll.
Got it.
So, and then so what your hit points are at what right now?
You said 6 poison, right? So that's going to put me
6.
at 21 health left.
That's what I thought. Okay, that's what I got on my screen or on my paper. All right, let me put a little marker on you so we remember you're poisoned. Let's just do the little. We'll do the little skull and crossbones mark. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, Rogar, you're gonna have for. It's a waste of fucking time, but he's gonna go ahead and try to attack you.
Have at thee.
Let him feel like a badass. He put all that work into having armor class.
All right. 20 and 19. Anything? No.
No.
Okay.
Are you feeling anything? Feeling anything? Is it in yet? No. All right.
All right, and then Disdain, we got a crit and a 19. So
Ooh.
Yeah, the crit would have hit me, by the way.
It would have, yes. Okay,
Would
buddy.
the shield
So
block the 19 disdain?
I'm gonna shield. Yeah, the 19 for sure.
okay, so you're gonna shield. What does that put your armor class at? It puts it at a 19.
Yeah, but it's up to 19. Yeah.
Okay, no, so he gets a +3. So he actually rolled 22.
Oh damn. Okay.
Yeah, it might be better to not blow the spell
Yeah,
slot then.
not using it.
All right, let's resolve the crit first because the crit sucks. You're gonna take 12 slashing,
Alrighty.
and then I need a DC 11 Constitution save.
Thanks. Oh,
You get to add an additional one because of Rogar being next to you.
oh, perfect. Damn it, nat 1.
I'm not going to double punish you because of the one on a save. What I'll tell you is you will take an additional 12 poison damage, and you are also poisoned.
Okay.
But then you also get hit with the normal hit for 6 slashing.
Okay.
But you're
So
already
that-
poisoned, so we'll leave it at that.
So that's 18 extra.
Yeah, so I got you at 7 hit points. Does that sound about right?
These guys suck.
No, it's 46 minus.
Oh, so you're at 46 base. I had you at 37 base for some reason.
Yeah, 46 base.
Okay, so that
So
means
minus whatever that is, 24. So
so then that would put you at 16, right?
46 minus 20, 22.
Oh, 22. Okay, my apologies.
It's all good. My math's off right now too.
Okay, cool. All right. So we got 2 poison party members who've been hurt pretty decently. It is now Rogar's turn.
All right. If I do this, I want to be right in the middle. I don't know if you can see my guy moving.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't put him there, but I kind of want to be right here for what I want to do.
So you can switch places with Disdain. He didn't burn any of his movement last time. And so if you want to like move into his space and switch places, if he agrees to it, I'll allow it.
Well, I want to attack because these two pumpkins got hit with the bomb, right? Because they're hurt, right?
Yeah.
All right, so I want to attack one of them and the other one, and I'm close enough, I think, to do both.
Okay.
Right? Okay.
Yeah, so I'll switch places with you. Just a minute.
Okay. Beating a 12 armor class.
13.
It's a hit.
And this is the other one. All right,
Let's go. Cool. So that's 2 hits. But let's go one at a time on the damage.
All right, so what I want to do is the Thunderous Smite that knocks them back 10 feet, each of them.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So that will be 3d6 plus 8 on each person.
Okay.
That's creative. Good job.
Do they get a save against getting pushed back?
Let me look. I was looking for that. I did not see it. It just says. Okay, it does say save 2d6 thunder damage and save or 10-foot pushback and prone.
Okay, let me look at what the book actually says, because those are like abbreviations on the sheet. Thunderous Smite. There's an audible peal of thunder within 300 feet. You deal an additional 2d6 thunder to the target. Additionally, if it fails it has to succeed on a saving throw or be pushed back 10 feet and knocked prone. So, so right now you're doing the damage on the first one, or you're doing both hits?
I did the first one's 21, the second one's 14.
Okay, and then they need to make a strength saving throw. So what's your spell save they got to beat? It's at the top of your sheet.
I see ability save is charisma. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, but it should have a number. It says spell save DC or something like
Yeah,
that.
11.
So that's a crit success for the first guy, and a success for the other. So you do the additional damage, but you do not knock them away.
Okay.
All right. So you crash into the first one, right? How much damage did you do? Sorry.
21.
21, and then 14 to the next one.
Yeah.
Okay. And the first one you hit's number 3, right? Well, he had 16 hit points. So I'm not going to ask you how he goes out because I'm going to tell you how he goes out.
Yeah, I know how he goes out. That's why I'm trying to knock him away.
So you hold that weapon back and you come down and it's like got electricity crackling on it from your spell. There's a huge explosion of thunder that can be heard within 300 feet. You smash his skull, his like pumpkin head at like slow motion, like stop motion camera, fucking pumpkin shit flying at everybody's heads. And this huge fireball explodes outwards. And I need everybody to make a DC 13 dexterity saving throw.
Does poison affect this?
Yep.
No, and actually, Dr. Crawford, you're not affected by it. This
Okay.
is just Nico, Disdain, and Rogar. You
But does
can
it
add
affect me?
Rogar's. Yes.
Because I'm poisoned.
Yes. It's an explosion. It's an explosion of like necrotic energy. So
So do I have to roll a disadvantage? Is what I'm asking.
No. Oh, because you're poisoned. Let me double check something.
Okay, so what
Wait a
am I?
minute. Do the sheets have that on there? There's a thing at the bottom of the sheets. Poison.
Rocky, you said dexterity saving
Yes,
throw?
13.
Okay. Come on, baby.
It's attack rolls and ability checks, so not saving throws.
No,
So-
not saving throws.
Come on. Oh fuck. You may want to get the book from Disdain.
Okay, Disdain fails. Nico passes. Rogar, what was yours? You fail yours. Okay, if you pass, you take half. If you fail, you take the whole of 3d8. I'm rolling this one because I hope it's low, but it might be high. Oh, 15. Okay, so that means Nico, you take 8, and the other two guys take 15.
So remember when you asked if I was at 7 points before Rocky?
Now you are. I was just being prophetic.
Exactly.
That's chonky.
I'm gonna look over at Rogar right away and be like, "Now we're even."
All right. Okay. So then you hit the other one. So like you come through that one, hit the other one, it staggers back, but it actually doesn't explode, and the necrotic energy doesn't seem to have affected it.
All right, so okay.
And it's muttering something, and it's under like over and over. Give me a perception check if you guys are close to it.
Okay.
And if I don't have it, I roll a disadvantage.
Yeah. And just try to beat an 11.
Got 18.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on. I mean,
You are totally clueless. Your
Now
still
15.
ears are okay.
He's
So
still mad.
okay, so yeah, Rogar, your ears are still ringing from that thunder smite. But Nico and Disdain, what you hear him muttering is, "The Pumpkin King cometh. The Pumpkin King cometh."
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Like I slap his little pumpkin gel a little bit. I'll say, "Hey, tomorrow?"
Nico, it's your turn.
Oh, so yeah, I'm right by the guy and I'm slapping it. Is he still alive? Or is he?
Yeah, he's
That's-
he's like barely held together, but he's still going.
Hey, Mr. Shambling Pumpkin number 2. I assume that's what they call you. You seem like a friendly guy. This Pumpkin King, does he come now?
Are you going to use your action to investigate this?
Oh God, no. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna go ahead.
I think it's
and-
pretty cool if you do.
Yeah, of course you would. Yeah, of course you would. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of a. Let's see who we got here. He's not blowing up. We got one at distance. I'm gonna throw a healing word on Dr. Crawford,
Okay.
and that's a 2d4. I'm gonna cast it as a second level, give an extra. No, it's a 1d4 plus a 1d4. So let me see how much I heal this guy for.
So it's a 1d4 base and then 1d4 for every
Yeah,
spell slot
I'm
above.
casting it as a second level. Yeah.
Got it.
That bad boy. Here we go, Doctor. Hope this helps a little bit.
Okay,
It's
Doc,
5 HP back.
you get 5
That's-
HP back.
That
Yeah, so
does
basically-
indeed help. That's almost an
basically
entire
one
swipe
tick.
that you just healed. Yeah.
Basically one tick, and then yeah, I guess I'm done after that. That's my action.
All right. Disdain.
All right. So popping a potion is my action, right?
Bonus action.
Bonus action. All right. So and I want to check what my cantrip is. Yeah. So I'm gonna cast Gust. Actually, no, I don't need to cast Gust. Well.
How big was the radius of damage?
It's about 20 feet.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
okay.
5 feet's not going to do anything at that point, so I'm not going to waste that. I'm going to get my ass away.
So you're going to take the disengage action so you don't take an opportunity attack?
That's probably would be the best bet. I'm just trying to double think right now. Actually, fuck. He can't weigh that much. Could I use Mage Hand to move him?
Nope. That's
Yeah,
called
I'm gonna have-
telekinesis, and it is a badass spell, but it's a much higher spell slot.
Pumpkins don't weigh that much. Yeah, I really don't have much that I can do beyond that. Disengage and get away,
Okay.
and then pop a potion. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna look at. Well, that's all rough terrain over here, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go back as far as possible.
Okay.
And I'm gonna take. Make sure I have that potion. Yeah. 2d4 plus 4 is what I have in my bag.
Okay.
$10.
Okay. So you heal up 10. All right. Next in the order is top of the order, which is Dr. Crawford.
All right. I'm going to bonus action to disengage.
Okay.
And I'm got the wrong roll 20 thing here. I'm going to move out 5, 10, 15, 20. And I am going to throw not my magic dagger, but the non-magic one I've got at Shambling Pumpkin 4. I'm going to try to finish this off to where I'm out of range of the explosion. And I also want to see if these things have resistance to regular weaponry, not just magic. So let me roll my. Of course, the thing closes down. Equipment, dagger. All right, so it's a 14. Does that beat the armor class?
It does hit.
Okay. All right, so that's going to be 5 piercing plus 17 sneak attack is 22 damage from a mundane dagger.
Wow.
So,
Okay. So you throw this thing, and you get a good hit. You know you hit it right in its forehead. But it kind of bounces off.
okay.
And you know for a fact, if you threw that dagger at a normal pumpkin, it would have thumped right in.
Okay.
It did hurt it, but not as much as you thought it would have.
All right. So science experiment done. Let's see here. That was my attack, my movement, my bonus action. All I've got left is my reaction. So I guess that's my turn.
Now it's their turn. All right, let's start with the Scarecrow. So we do have one of those guys left. And Nico, he comes gunning for you. It's Just add 3 to each of these rolls. So 8 and a 15. 15's going to do it. Nico, you're going to take 6 slashing damage.
Okay.
And I need a DC 11 wisdom save.
Wisdom save. Awesome. Let's roll it. Yep, 17.
Good enough on the roll, right? So, yeah, you start to feel really afraid for a minute, and then you kind of get control of yourself, and you're good.
But he hit me for 6, yeah? Wait,
Yes.
sorry. Yeah, okay.
Yep. And then the pumpkin's going to go. And let me see if he would pick up on what's happening. No. All right, he keeps attacking Rogar because he's stupid. Clank, 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 clank. Just going against your armor. Nothing. This guy here did not like that at all, Dr. Crawford. So he goes 5, 10, 15, 20. And he is going to get on you.
This thing's gonna have to keep running.
14 and 12, Dr. Crawford. So those are 2 misses. You sort of dodge underneath his attacks.
Nice. Okay.
All right. All right. Now we're back to Rogar.
Okay, I'm gonna do something a little. I might have to burn inspiration just to let me try to do this.
Mm-hmm.
But here's what I want to do. So I want to charge the pumpkin. I want to tackle him, roll over, and then hurl him, and then throw my sword at him.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
Mechanically, okay. So this is a couple things mechanically. First of all, it's going to take all your action economy. Like you're not going to have anything left.
I have two attacks. So I figure one is the throw, and the other one is sword throw to try to blow him up in the air.
So what I need you to do is first grapple him. So let's roll for the grapple, which is a normal attack roll, but it's just strength based. So normal attack roll really. So add your strength, add your proficiency to a 20.
Okay, and that's not 18. It's 4, right? It's whatever the plus is.
Yeah. So your strength modifier is what? 4.
Yeah.
And then your proficiency modifier is what? 3.
Yes.
All right, so plus 7. So it's a D20 plus 7. Okay, so you pick him up. Now let's do an athletics roll.
Okay.
Let's try to beat a 15.
Like I can dunk.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
So you like yeet him. You're like yeet. I think reasonable will be 10 feet, right? So let's say you pushed him back 5 when you grabbed him, and you're there with him.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, 5, 10, boof. Okay, and then now you want to throw your sword at him.
Yeah.
Well, give me a standard attack with that one. But you have to use Dex as your modifier instead of strength.
All right.
So proficiency plus Dex, and if it's plus 1, you have to add another 1.
All right. So I think it is normally 8, so this time it would be 7, I think.
Sounds right.
Okay. Come on.
Okay, a 15 will do it. So you throw your sword, poof, it like goes right into his chest. Let's do the damage.
Okay.
If it's more than 11, you're in business.
All right. So it's let me see. Well, I want to kill him, so I'm gonna I'll use a baby smite on him.
Okay, I like it.
So that's 3. It wouldn't be cool if it didn't kill him.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just one. What's one more than what you needed? So this thing explodes. Now it explodes in a 15-foot radius. So
yeah, it still hits me a little bit.
Hits you, but it doesn't hit the party. So I need you to make what did I say? A DC 13 Dex save.
Mm-hmm. And Come on.
Okay, you just barely made it. So it means you'll take half of this damage.
Okay.
All right, you'll take 9 necrotic damage then.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Good job, bro. Inspiration. I love it. Okay. After that, it's going to be Nico.
Okay. I don't like where I'm at. They're eating a Nico sandwich. So I'm casting Hold Person as a 3rd level spell
Okay.
on both of these guys.
Okay. Now, Hold Person is not going to work, so I don't want you to burn the slot.
Okay.
I'm going to be a nice DM. So there's a spell called Hold Monster that's a higher spell that would work, but Hold Person only works on humanoids, and these are actually aberrations or constructs is their classification. So I just don't want you to waste your slot.
I appreciate that, man. Okay, then let's go with some dissonant whispers.
Okay.
On Scarecrow 2.
Okay. So he has to make a wisdom save.
He does.
Okay. He fails.
Okay. Then he's gonna go crazy. He's gonna have to run away from me. He takes 3d6 damage. So
okay. Okay, so the Scarecrow, like those, it's basically a psychic attack, and for a split second, you're in this thing's head, and you see something for a moment. You see a swamp and a ruined village, and you see a hut, and you see a what looks to be a cage around a bunch of goats. And then you see this woman's face for a split second, this horrid hag's face. And it looks up and it almost looks like it sees you back and snarls. And the Scarecrow, you snap out of it, and the Scarecrow, under the influence of your spell, starts ripping its own hay out, screaming as your laughter, that dissonant whispers sort of goes in its head, the whispers, and it starts ripping its own hay out until there's nothing but a pile of hay in front of you.
He's a lot more metal than I thought he would be. That was hardcore. Wow.
Disdain.
All right, I'm gonna get away from this shambling pumpkin. I don't want to do damage. I have nothing I can help with this. I personally want to do an investigation on this strange hole.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna use my dash, because if I go up, if I head to him, if I go there, I'm gonna have to get.
You can move through allies, though.
Oh, okay. So yeah, if I, then I'll go straight up this way, so 60 feet from where I was.
Okay. So yeah, Disdain just sort of hauls ass.
If no, I can only do 30 feet because my action still is investigating, right?
If you use your action to investigate, yes, you only have 30 feet.
Right. The bonus action dash and bonus action investigate thing is rogue stuff that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you can use your action to dash and give you 60 feet of movement.
Yeah. I'm gonna investigate, so I'm gonna take 30.
Okay.
Because that's 30's right there. Yeah, and then I'm gonna roll investigation.
Okay. Because you're poisoned, you roll at disadvantage.
It is an ability check, so yeah, you would be taking disadvantage, yeah.
And I could use inspiration to roll it regular, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, I'll do that. Damn it, nothing anyway.
Looks like
9.
a strange hole.
I'm closer to it.
Top of the order is Dr. Crawford.
Okay. Rocky, can you show me the initiative tracker again really quick?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to stay where I am. I'm going to ready my +1 dagger to make an attack action against a shambling pumpkin, and I want the trigger to be Nico moving out of range to where he doesn't get blown up when this thing blows up if I hit it and it dies. So basically, if Nico moves out of range, then I attack. So
Okay.
All right, so that's my ready to action, and that I guess that also takes my reaction as well.
Mhm.
So I have a bonus action still. Is there anything I can do with this bonus action right now? I can't see the hole here from here to be able to investigate it, right? So, okay, I'm gonna do an investigation check on the shambling pumpkin 4. I'm mildly suspicious after what you described as like a hag face coming out when Nico did the dissonant whispers. Can I see anything on here that would indicate that this shambling pumpkin 4 used to be a person?
It's usually an investigation. You have a bonus action available?
Correct, yeah.
Well, I'll let you use it for that. So I wouldn't give you as much information as if we had a full action to devote to it.
Okay.
But no, this looks like something that was made just like the scarecrow was made. Now, whether a human soul was used in its construction, you would need some arcana and more time and all that. But as far as how it physically looks, it looks like it's just a scarecrow with a pumpkin head.
All right, that's my turn then. I've got a attack ready to go as soon as Nico's out of the way to where he doesn't get blown to smithereens. So.
All right. Cool. Well, it is now, well, there's no more scarecrows, so it's now Pumpkinhead's turn. And he is on you, Dr. Crawford.
Mhm.
So.
Armor class 17.
Okay, add 3 to each of these. Crit and a miss.
Okay.
So you'll take 12 slashing.
Got it.
And you're already poisoned, so nothing
No
else.
saving throw needed? Okay. 14 health on my end, so we're good.
Cool. All right, it is now Rogar's turn.
Sorry, asked me to. Okay. So I see what Crawford is doing. So I'm gonna go this way. I want to be closer to Disdain because my action is gonna be using 25. Oh, what is his hit points at?
17.
What's your max?
46.
All right, so I'm going to use 25 of my 35 lay on hands as my action. That also cleanses his poison.
Okay. So
Ooh,
you take him
amazing,
up to
thank you.
42, and you clear his poison.
And I'm also going to chug, as a bonus, I'm going to chug a health pot for myself. And I believe they're 2d8, is that correct?
2d4 or
4.
2d6 usually, but it's plus 4. So 2d4 plus 4.
Oh, good. The
Oof.
ones continue.
Ugh.
Man, that's a rough rolling night for the party for sure.
And then and the DM's rolling crits.
Oh, yeah.
I'm cracking out the crits, baby.
Fire, man.
I got a DM that I play for as a player named Mike, and he does it traditional way behind the screen, you know? And he's like, oh, it's a crit. Oh, it's a crit. I'm like, let me lift that fucking screen. I want to see that fucking crit. He'll do it. He'll lift up and be like, look. I'm like, God damn you, Mike. Okay.
So I'm at 46 is what I have. Is that what you got?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And what's your max, just to be sure?
65.
Okay, that's what I'm a little off. Okay. Cool. All right. After Rogar, it is Nico.
Hey, he's focused on Crawford, right?
And Crawford was, I mean, would you have said something to him, Dr. Crawford?
Yeah, I would have said get clear. Yeah.
Is there any way that I could use an action to heal him and then run away, or no?
Do you have? Yeah, I mean, you have spells that heal, right?
Yeah, but as far as like I use my action to heal him, I can't move after I've already spent my action.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can move. You have 30 foot of movement around. You can do it
Okay.
before, in the middle, after.
Dashing is the thing that takes your action. Dashing is to get extra
Dashing.
movement.
Got it. Okay, cool. Thanks, guys. Let's throw one more. Let's throw a cure wounds on Dr. Crawford. It's a 1d8. Looks like I get a +3 because it's based on my charisma.
Okay.
So
1d8 plus 3.
Mm-hmm.
All right, go ahead and roll that. Tell me what I get.
10.
Nice. Okay, 10 health back. I'm not going to hear me say no to that.
All right, so I'm just gonna sprint around the rock here and come up right behind Rogar. That should be okay.
Okay. All right. It is now.
And now that he's moved out of the
release
range.
of your held action, Dr. Crawford.
Correct, yeah. Okay, so I'm rolling my attack now. This is with the magic dagger, and it's a melee, so I don't have to worry about losing it.
Mm-hmm.
14. Does that beat its armor class?
It does.
25 damage. Magic
All right.
dagger.
You slice right across the middle, and he explodes.
Reflex save.
DC 13 dex save.
On, Doctor.
You'll take 8 on a save.
Yep, that's
You did
well,
save?
it's evasion. I got evasion, so
You'll take 4.
okay.
Dang.
Okay. So you just kind of watch Dr. Crawford drop to the ground right underneath the explosion, barely gets his back singed a little bit. And you guys have cleared the field of the scarecrows and pumpkins. Right as the battle list ends, too. That's pretty cool.
That was a fun fight, man. I haven't been that nervous in a minute, and we just fought a revenant. This was a different kind of nervous. It was fun.
Are we done fighting?
You don't see any other enemies on the field.
Well, if that's the case, I'm going to motion Crawford over, and I'll use my last 10 to cleanse the poison and heal him.
Okay. So you get brought up to 30, Dr. Crawford, and no poison.
Okay. All right. So if I got no poison, I'm going to move up and I'm going to examine that strange hole.
Okay. So let's go examine the hole.
System.
Investigation?
Yeah. With advantage, +1.
And really glad I have advantage. All right. So that would be a 15.
Okay. So here's what you get with a 15. This hole was dug recently.
Okay.
Many hands dug this hole. Earth is fresh underneath. And there is an empty chest at the bottom of this hole that's open. It's lined with velvet on the inside. If you want to investigate the chest more, you have to jump down in the hole.
Okay, hang on just a moment. Let me think. I'm going to take out my rope. That started the adventure with. I started the adventure with a rope and a grappling hook. And before I jump down there and start poking around in there, I'm going to see if touching it with the grappling hook makes it like freak out, like if this is a trap or not. So I'm going to throw the grappling hook down there, see if smacking it in the chest with it, does that cause anything crazy?
Clang clang just seems to be a standard chest.
Okay. If it was a mimic that would have reacted. I'm going to risk it, guys. I'm going down there.
Well, Nico's right here by you. I can help you get ready to go down, but to get you up, he'll need something. Some muscle.
I'm going to hand Nico the rope to where if I need to get out of there really quick, that way I can, yeah.
Give me a 14 acrobatics.
I just want to note, I don't think I'll ever hear Nico say his difficulty getting anybody up.
Oh my god. Okay. So, and you said that acrobatics to get in there, Rocky? Even if
Yep.
I'm using the rope?
Yep.
Okay, all right.
Actually,
acrobatics.
you know what? It'd be like a 12, dude, because you got a rope and
I
tools.
just asked because I got disadvantage, so I gotta roll this twice, and the worst one applies. Yeah, so that's a
Good.
failure.
So you're not as spry as you used to be.
Yeah.
In your younger years of climbing down in holes, and it's been a while since you climbed down in a hole. And you slide down, and you take some rope burn. So I'm going to give you a D4 of damage for rope burn.
Okay. All right.
Take one
Not too
damage
bad.
for rope burn.
All right. All right.
But you're
So
down there. You're at the bottom of the hole.
Okay. Get in there, and I'm going to investigate inside that chest.
Okay.
First thing, well, I investigate the chest before I say inside, because that's going right in sounds like a good way to trigger if there is a trap, any traps. And considering these things were basically patrolling the field, I'm very concerned about traps right now. So
Okay.
26. There we go. There's a decent roll.
Okay. Now that you're down there that's a very high roll. So now that you're down there, you actually can see a few things about this chest. Number one is it's got some sort of ornate, engravings on it. It's been down there for a long time. This earth is freshly dug up, but the chest itself looks very old. Despite that, the velvet on the inside is a rich purple that looks very fresh. There's an indentation in the velvet. It's like sort of like imagine if you had packed a bunch of velvet in there to like make something soft be put in there, or make a soft situation in there. So it's probably like about a foot thick of velvet on the bottom of the chest, but right in the middle of that is a indentation of the size of like a Fabergé egg.
Oh,
but there's
okay.
There's nothing
These are the
in there.
gems.
Yeah, I am so freaking dumb. I just put 2 and 2 together. Okay, so all right, so this is the chest that one of those gems that not Irwin, Davian was talking about. So,
Yeah,
or at least
very
that's
in
my guess anyway, and I think I'm right.
Can I make an investigation on the field to see if I can gauge the quality of or what would that check be if the quality of the grapes? Like
It'd be like a nature, which you don't have, but I'll let you try at disadvantage if you want.
all right. And I think my nature's like crap too. Anyway, no, it's 3, but yeah. So
This is where having a druid or a ranger in the group comes in handy.
mm-hmm. That's a 6.
You have no F. You have no F include, dude.
All right. Oh, I'm gonna try to get out of the hole. Nico, help me up.
All right.
Here
let's
we
do
go.
let's do acrobatics at advantage.
Can I-
Nico's helping.
Well, that's just a normal roll for me then. What's the DC?
It'd be like a 12.
It's a 7.
Your old bones are hurting, doctor, and you're gonna take 1d4.
Do I at least get out of the hole?
Oh yeah, you're out.
Okay, all right.
It wasn't like a fall back down the hole. It has to go again.
It's rough though, man. Like
It's
you kind of
okay.
pull your shoulder out of joint a little bit, and you get back up there, and you're like you tore something. It hurts. So no permanent disability, but you hurt yourself. So you think you have a deeper understanding of what's happening here?
Yeah, they dug up the freaking gem. They stole it. Are there any tracks that I could follow that would lead away from the strange hole and away from the field here? Because there were the ones that were patrolling the field, but like if any of them left with the gem, oh, for Pete's sake, do I want to inspire this? Nico, would you be willing to give me assistance on this so that I can?
Yeah. So what kind of role is it? I'm looking at it. So it's
Survival.
survival. Yeah. I'm definitely assisting the doctor here. He's
Okay,
got
so I'll
plenty
roll
of
again
help.
from that. Are you? Okay, inspiration. I'm gonna give it one last hurrah. I want to keep one inspiration left just to save against dying, but
We have a party inspiration too, Doctor.
Rolling
Do you guys
snake
want me
eyes.
Do you guys want me to spend the party inspiration on this? It's your call. It's not just mine. It's the party's.
How you
Uh,
feel?
what is I mean, yeah, because I think we need to know where they went.
Yeah. It's a yes for me.
Okay.
Please land this roll.
No promises. Do I want to
So
spend my
shy.
last inspiration?
Dumb question. If I have survivor as well. If I assist him at this point, would that get him to 15? Because that would.
I'll let you roll on your own at this point
Okay.
because you should have said that earlier. But
We were doing it and I completely.
All good.
Forgot.
It's all right.
It's one of those ones I don't use.
but you want to take a separate stab? Like, wow, the doctor seems frustrated. He can't find any tracks. Let me see if I can do it.
Doctor got beat up in the hole, and now he can't track worth a damn.
His arm hurts. He's got a
Oh
raspberry on his palm.
my god!
Yeah, you're of no help. You
Do you got any inspirations you want to spend, Dylan?
I only got one left too. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
This is not our night for rolls.
Uh,
Hey, at least we're not saying it. Not saying it.
You know what? Nothing ventured, nothing gained. I'm comfortable with my character dying if it comes down to it. I'm rolling that last inspiration.
all right.
To no avail. I'm done. I'm out.
Yeah, unfortunately, you look and you
Doctor's
look and
tapped
you look and you do not find. I mean, there's tracks because they were walking around, and there's y'all's tracks, and it's like you don't know.
Well, that was a crock of crap, but okay. All right, what's next, guys?
Well, I have survival, but I assisted you and can't roll, right?
Right, so you can't roll. So
Yeah, I've already. Yeah,
Well, let's go talk to Davey and let him know what we found, or was there
No,
something
we
that
gotta
we were
keep going
supposed to
to
do
the
past
house.
this? Okay, we have to go to the house. Okay, let's go to the
Is that-
house.
we go to the house because she's gonna let us in.
Let's
Yep.
go. Let's get out of here.
So as you guys get closer to the house, one of the doors swings open, and Elisa's there, and she says, "This is a side door. It leads down to the cellar. I think it's safest if we enter the estate from the cellar. They probably won't expect that."
Let's do it.
And you guys kind of file in behind her, and you see the cellar. And as you guys head into the cellar, you see all around the cellar these creatures standing around this man. Oh shit! You see a creature like this, a large, almost to the ceiling creature made of vines, and you see all around the room those little twig creatures that assaulted you in the woods. And this crazed man in the center, and he looks right at all of you and says, "Strahd is the ancient, Strahd is the land. Now you will face the fury of Strahd." And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
let me update my sheet here and save it so I now have my HP correct for next session.
Fight to fight to fight. Let's do it.
Oh man.
Rogar, you're gonna have to take point on this. I'm sorry. Like I have beat the hell and back. I got no inspiration. So
Yeah, to give you guys, I'll go ahead and give you a sneak peek of the battle screen on Roll20 too, if it helps your thinking between now and next Sunday.
Just leave it up for a minute so I can screenshot it real quick.
All right. That come through for everybody?
Not
Oh
for
no, I
me.
gotta
Nope.
move you. Hold on. My bad.
Okay.
fuck my life.
Oh, dude.
So we got us a little party in the cellar. All right. Awesome work tonight, guys.
Oh.
Guys, we gotta be careful too. We can't be blowing up all that wine. There's like none left.
I think homeboy in the middle has already drank it all. That's what his problem is.
He ain't missing no meals.
This man, he threatens us without wearing any pants. He has no pants.
That's true. He's literally not wearing any pants. All right. Great
See you
session,
guys.
guys. Yeah,
Yep.
next Sunday if you're able to do it.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm a Rob.
It's on.
Hell yeah.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Peace
All right.
out.
Thanks.